We're going to do a quick little video tonight on, I guess, what you would call my rig rundown. I had a lot of emails and stuff like that on what kind of guitar, what kind of this, amp, compressors, strings, everything like that. So I figured it might be best to explain it by just shooting a video. It might be easier. So the first guitar we're going to go to is this is a V64. A 360 V64 made in about 1996, like that. And the only modification I'd done to this guitar was I added the Rickenbacker vintage control and push-pull knob. I have it on a push-pull, so you can activate it and deactivate it. And I come over here to the pickups. I put 7.4 scatter wands in the guitar. This guitar came with 12 ohm, the Hut Toasters, and they were a little bit too dark sounding for me. They sounded good, but I was looking for something brighter. So I put the 7.4s there, and this guitar plays and sounds awesome. It's probably my #1 guitar right here. And I stuck with the 6 saddle bridge on it because it intonates and tunes up perfectly. So I didn't see no need to go to a 12 saddle on this one. So it worked out for me. Maybe I lucked out. I don't know, but it sounds good to my ear. And as far as strings go, I use the Tomasic Infelt flat ones, or the TI Jazz flats, I call them. They've been on there about going on 2 years now. And they sound wonderful. It seems like the older they get, the better they sound, and it's really worthwhile, the investment, for the $35 or $38 they are for a set, and leave them on there for 2-3 years instead of changing them every 3-4 months, you know, which I had to do with the round ones and all that. So I think this is a better investment, and I just love the sound they give. If you're looking for that old vintage bird sound or whatever, that's what they used back then. So then moving over here to the second guitar, my #2 guitar is just a regular Rickenbacker 360-12. It was made in about 2006. And I did the same modification with this. I put the 7.4 scatter wands in it. It came with the high gains, which I didn't really care for, but they sounded good, but it wasn't what I was looking for. So it depends, I guess, what you're looking for. And a big modification I did to this, I put a 12 saddle bridge in here. And I got this particular bridge from Ed Roman Guitars in Las Vegas, Nevada. And the bridge saddles are covered with, I believe, a material like a Kevlar type material. And it sounds wonderful. It's been in there about 3 years now and never had a problem with it. Never a string breakage, nothing. Intonates well. And again, on this one, I used the TI flats, the Tomasic Infelt Jazz flats. And on this bridge, you'll have to get that cut. You'll have to cut that in or have somebody do it. And you want to keep the string gapping around 90 thousandths. I believe that's what it is, something around 90, 92, something like that. And I got the vintage control, the push-pull tone knob in this one too. So that's basically it for the guitars. It's pretty standard. And we'll come over here to the amplifier right now. And I use a Fender Deluxe Modified. It's one of the newer ones. I think it's hand wired. I don't know really what it is, but I got a really good deal on it, and the amp sounds wonderful. It's a Deluxe Modified. You can see by the logo here. It's a vintage modified, they call it. And this amp here has your delay, chorus, and reverb in there, and tremolo. It's all digital, but I just keep that all switched out, and the only thing I really use is the reverb. Reverb sounds great, and that's your channel B, your dirty channel. I don't use that. I come over here to the clean channel. It's just volume, treble, bass, and it's a single input, and I run the treble and bass about 4 to 5, and that's pretty much it on the amp. You know, pretty basic there. But the amp has an Alnico Blue speaker in it, which sounds awesome. They're killer speakers, and they're quite pricey, but I love it. It came with it in, so that's what's staying in there. And as far as the compressor goes, my #1 compressor here is the Jangle Box, the Silver Jangle Box, I guess it's called. It's just a set it and forget it unit, and I run the gain, the compression all the way up, and the switch in the center at normal, and I run the gain 3/4, maybe a little bit less than that, and I keep it engaged all the time. And what I just dropped is my Jangle Box 2, which I use also. I got that year or so ago, and I like it. It's a good thing, but I just use it's a 2-stage compressor, but I find that I just use the single stage, you know, the first stage of it, so you know, which is basically what's in the Silver Jangle Box. And it might be a little bit quieter, you know, but again, I run my attack or compression all the way up, and over here I run my gain the same way I do on the silver one, about 3/4 to about right about there. And I'll run my bass halfway, maybe a little bit to the right of that, maybe 1 o'clock. Same with the treble, start in the center. And like I said, I don't use the Jangle Box gain at all, because I don't, you know, I just like to set the guitar and forget it. You know, I really don't need that feature, but it's nice to have. You know, I have used it, and it works great. And in my opinion, these units here, these Jangle Box units, are a must for a 12-string Rickenbacker player, or any type of guitar. They really do sound good, and sometimes they're noisy in certain situations, but that's something you have to deal with. And that's basically it for the guitar setup. It's pretty generic, pretty basic, but I find out if you want that Mr. Tambourine Man sound off the album, this is the closest thing I found. And I'm sure there's a lot of other amplifiers out there and stuff that will probably do that, but this is the one I prefer. I tried a lot of them, but I wound up sticking with the Deluxe. And I have an AC-15 too, but this here is my preference. This is my rig. I like to use the V64 with this Deluxe modified. It sounds awesome, awesome. And that's about it for it. And you know, like I said, I thank everybody for watching my videos on the YouTube channel, and I just hope I'm not wearing myself out here on anything. But I love doing these, you know, and like I said, if there's any questions that anybody would have, please feel free to email me. And email is probably the best way, because sometimes I don't watch these videos and you leave comments on there and I miss them. And there's one more thing that I have as far as tuning these guitars. I just invested in a Peterson strobe tuner, the clip-on type. And this thing is awesome because it has a 12-string guitar setting on it. It just tweaks it in perfect. It has like a regular, you know, if you're going to regular tune a 6-string, but it has a little setting where you can go to a 12-string and you can tune an octave, then back to your major string. But I found out when you run the guitar through this thing and tune it up to that, and you could do your intonation on this, set your intonation, tune the guitar, everything on this little unit. And it's about $80 from Amazon, and you can see it lighting up there. But that's a really good unit. It was well worth the $80. So Amazon has them on there, and they get them to you in 2 days, and you can see it lighting up there. But there's a lot of different instruments you can tune with this, and it gets you right on the money. I think it's better than a needle tuner, but this is only my opinion. And once again, I thank everybody for watching the videos and all the positive comments I've got out of this. And it's, you know, I hope I've been able to help some people out with this finger picking and, you know, stuff like that. And I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for listening. and watching. And like I said, any questions or comments, it's best to email me, GaryWJacob@Comcast.net. I'll get back to you as soon as possible, and maybe we'll get some ideas to post some more tunes out there. But right now, I'm kind of out of ideas what to do. So I need your help out there. If you hear of any more, I'll learn them and post them up and see what we can do. So once again, thank you for watching and listening, and I'll see you soon.